are? Do you act the same way around one friend as you do to the other? Do you genuinely feel like you can be yourself in today's society? Today, it's hard to be yourself when we're surrounded by so many images of what we should look like and how we should act. Today, I'll be talking about research about social media's effects on teens, my own experience, and how to be yourself. Okay, so now let's take a look at the effects of social media on teens. So what is social media? Social media is something that we can all say we use on a daily basis. It affects us each in a different way and can be helpful, but also not helpful. A report by Common Sense Media says that 75% of US teens use social media on a daily basis, and a third of those visit it several times in a day. And 1 out of 4 of those users are heavy users, which means they use 2 types of social media several times in a day. So how does the teen brain respond to this? The UCLA Brain Center found the brain was activated by likes, and they used an fMRI scanner for 32 teens while they were using a fake social media. They showed them 140 images and likes from their peers. The reward part of the brain was activated when they saw likes. This is why teens are so drawn to using social media. Another question that we can ask is, what impact does social media have on mental health? So one of the impacts is depression, and a study by computers in human behavior found that depression was associated with social media, and people who use 7 or more platforms had 3 times more the risk of depression than others who didn't. And many teens, more likely girls, worry about their self-image, and this can cause anxiety from social media. Another risk is sleep deprivation. We use so much of our social media that sometimes we lose sleep. This can cause moodiness, drop in grades, overeating, and depression or anxiety. A study by the Journal of Youth Studies studied 900 teens and their sleeping habits from ages 12 to 15. Half of them reported that they would log in during the night onto their social media. They reported being more tired and less happy than teens who were undisturbed by social media. Most people tend to post only the happy parts of their life. This can cause others to be jealous of what they don't have. Someone's life may look perfect online, but in reality, everyone has their own struggles. Social media can be a great way to communicate with others and keep in touch, but it's not the same as face-to-face. Time online can have relationships suffer. So moving on, I'd like to share some of my own experiences with being myself. So, as a kid, I didn't really worry about how I looked or worry about what others thought about me. I was worry-free and carefree. I didn't focus on social media, and I didn't care about how many likes I got. But as I moved on to middle school, I started to worry a little bit more about how people thought of me. I started to look at what other people were doing and look what they were wearing, and that affected what I did and what I wore. As going on to high school, I started to care even more what others thought of me, and my confidence dropped. I started to worry about if I was pretty enough or smart enough. Many people have this own thinking, and I have grown from it and learned from it. By my junior year, I hit an all-time low with my confidence, and by the end of that year, I decided to change. I thought negatively about myself, and I didn't want that anymore. So now, I think when I get a negative thought, I think more positively, and it's changed my life. If you think negatively about yourself, you'll never be the best version of yourself. So finally, we will look at 10 different ways to be yourself. So first things first, don't aim to please others. It's okay to please others once in a while, but try to do something for yourself. Don't worry about how others view you. It's okay to worry a little bit, and only if you want to change for the good, and only if you want to. But don't focus on what other people are thinking about you. Okay, third, learn more about yourself. Try something new. Okay, fifth, appreciate who you are. There's 7.7 billion people on this planet, but there's only one you. Be confident with who you are. Forgive yourself. Move on. And stop being negative towards yourself. Stop having these negative feelings toward yourself and change it into something positive. Is your glass half full or half empty? And then find a hobby that you like. Find a hobby that you enjoy, not because someone else is doing it, but because you actually enjoy doing it. Learn from your mistakes. Mistakes don't always have to be looked at negatively. You can think about what went wrong and learn from it and move on. And then last, strive for what you want to accomplish. Improve yourself while still being true to yourself. I hope you've learned from the TED Talk that you can be the best version of yourself. Today we talked about the research of social media's effect on teens, my own experience, and how to be yourself. So today I'd like to leave you with a quote from Winnie the Pooh. Things that make you different are